Yo, what's happening? We back. It's Wednesday. You know what it is. The experience. It's your guy, Tyrone, aka Mr. Chocolate. Back at it. I got the big homie, Black Pearl. What's going on with you, madam?
Hey.
Yes, sir. We got the doctor. I said the doctor's in the house. Dr. Roy Rain. She got it laid to the side. We in trouble.
Brick City.
She got the brick behind her. I'm a little nervous. You
got some Timbs on?
No, not tonight.
All right. We got Timbs on. I'm about to say it's going down.
We got the big homie Willis. What's going on with your brother?
What's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. And we have a new guest. I went and got him. I found him. I was scouring, the social media, and plus I know him because family ties. All right, and I said, man, I gotta have him. He'll be a great guest, good insight on stuff, and so we got Mr. KB. What's going on with your brother?
What's going on, man? I just want to know who be calling you Chocolate.
Thank you. Ask him.
Who calls you that? I mean, I've never heard.
Go ahead.
He usually say, "Don't be afraid to call me Mr.
Don't be afraid
Chocolate."
to say the chocolate part. It's okay. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Don't be insecure about it. Nah, it's a long story. But
very long.
It's an old nickname. And when I first got into, when I was in college, I did radio, and my name was Mr. Chocolate. I did the nighttime stuff, and it just
was on
yeah. So
Mama named Tyrone. I'm gonna call him Tyrone.
Hey, that's why I got these options in life. I give people options, so you want to hit the Tyrone, go ahead. It's all good. But don't be afraid to say the chocolate if you feel it.
Every time.
It's just the way you say it.
It is the way he says it, indeed.
It's options, man. People act like I'm trying to violate them or something. Like I ain't gonna say.
A disclaimer.
He's
saying he ain't gonna judge you if you feel moved to call him Chocolate.
Not gonna judge you.
Understood.
All right. So what's been going on this week? What's going on with everybody? What's the deal? What's new out here in the streets? Black Pearl, I know you know what's going on in the streets.
No, why I gotta come in? I haven't been in the streets.
I'm just playing.
I've been home being low key.
Okay. All right. Just chilling. All right. Willis, what's good with you, brother?
I'm just working, and I'm trying to figure out this whole LLC thing I'm getting myself into.
Oh, you trying to do one?
Yeah, I'm getting into making I'm big into professional wrestling. So
with the belts. Yeah,
we got a link. We got a link.
Hey, we got another.
Look, it's always an experience on the experience.
See, look at that. So you made a connection.
And then it's that, and then I'm coming up with these basically like catchphrases to put on shirts and stuff. So if you look at my IG, Facebook, all that, you see I've worn it twice at 2 wrestling events, and it was a design I made to say the devil's worst nightmare with
okay.
Yeah. And
your Facebook be confusing me sometimes. You be having conversations with people. It'd be like the middle of the conversation, and I'll be like, "Who the hell is he talking to?"
I stopped that a little bit because they try to make me look crazy. They'll delete what we were talking about, and so it make it look like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because I'll be like, "What's going on?"
But now it's like that. So it's like with the stands and stuff that's self-promoting. So I went to the wrestler Sting, his last match in Greensboro. I was there.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty so.
Yeah, I see. Like, dope. Yeah, that's dope. All right, Dr. Roy Rain, what you got going on?
I'm ready for vacation and to help celebrate my husband's 55th birthday. Like, I'm so done. I'm ready to roll.
Oh man,
Happy
double
birthday,
nickel.
Pisces brother.
Okay, all right. Hey, square, double nickel. All right. Hey, it's good to still be here. That's what I say. My
Yeah.
birthday comes around, I just be like, damn, it's good to be here. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, all right, all right. And Mr. KB, what you got going on, brother? Introduce yourself to the people. Tell them about yourself. You know.
Yeah, my name is KB. Just out here living, doing the best I can as a black man. My wife and I trying to, look forward to the future. Trying to get ourselves a house, get our credit right. Trying to, move up in the world. Trying to make these moves legally. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
legally part's kind of important. But
keeping the faith, staying in, what it is that I do in my ministry, making sure that, I got my head down and I'm working hard. I'm not too special, man. I'm just a regular old Joe just trying to make it out here.
I don't know, man. I think you might be special, man. I don't know.
I
I got a
think so.
feeling. I don't know. I think you might be wrong about that. Well, we're gonna see. You'll see. You'll see. And then you can be like, "Oh, damn, you were right. Oh my gosh." All right, cool, man. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's been a pretty good week, man. I'm starting track. I coach. I be coaching stuff. I'm coaching girls track, which is fun. You know, girls is running, rolling their eyes at me, looking at me like I'm crazy. It's always a
Bro,
great time.
I'm there with you. I used to coach girls track too, bro. That's
But
Is
it's
it
all.
that bad? I used to be on girls track. Is it that bad?
You know what? No, I ain't gonna talk because this year I got a really good group for the most part. They doing their thing. I think we have a good team. Haven't had our first meet yet, but the times look pretty promising. And then the kids in the school, they still they treat me bad, but it's all good. I'm used to it. It's what we do.
you coach middle or high.
They talk bad about me, pick on my ankle socks, and call me old and stuff. It's okay. It's okay though. It is what it is.
Just make sure you keep putting that lotion on. Don't
Nah,
let it be
I don't be ashy, but they be
okay.
like, Coach, oh my God, we told you stop wearing ankle socks. And
I don't really want to understand what's wrong with ankle socks.
I don't know. I don't know when that happened. They were cool like just a minute ago.
I thought crew socks was bad.
No, you have
to like the no shows.
The no show socks is what's in now. You can't wear the ankle
socks.
The
no show. You have to be like, I got socks on.
Thank you, Phyllis. We understand these kids. We got
the kids are like, yo, y'all, you're killing us with these ankle socks. So I don't know. I'm just
no show it is. When's your birthday, Mr. Chocolate? So we'll get you some no shows.
Man, I have 57 pair of long black tube socks.
Oh,
yeah. When I was a kid, like long socks were corny, but now
tube socks are out. You don't want them lines on your calves.
My socks go up to my knees.
Not to your knees.
That's for the winter, KB. You can't wear them now.
Do you have kids?
Listen,
Do you have kids, KB?
I am self-conscious of my ankles.
Oh, that's why. Okay. If you had kids, they didn't tell you. They didn't tell you not to wear.
Nah. Hey, look. So I keep saying I'm gonna go old school, like and do the little booty shorts with high socks.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like this is corny. Then you want to see corny? I'm gonna show you corny.
No,
we have to put that in the atmosphere.
We have to drop a flag on you, player. Flag on
I can do it because I'm secure. I'm securing myself.
Because you're secure?
That's very secure. At a school, though, bro. I don't think that's a good look at it.
But though, I work in a middle school, so they're gonna clown me no matter what. It's all good.
You're gonna come to school looking like Mr. Brown. I'm done.
You might as well have so I try to be myself, man. I gotta be myself. And that's just how it goes, man. So, if you look at the topic up here, speaking of being yourself, a lot of y'all who are not being yourself out here. All right. I don't know. So code switching, right? All right. So code switching. Let me ask you guys, how many of y'all code switch every day?
We all do. Whether you call it that or not, whether you realize you're doing it or not.
That's right, brother.
Really? You think so?
Absolutely.
Absolute. I'm gonna give you the
Because
easiest one. You curse a lot, right?
yeah,
Keep
well,
it. Would
not
you
a
say
lot, not a lot. I just curse. I don't. I
would
wouldn't say I
you
curse a lot. Not like I did when I was in the military. I've chilled out.
if your mama, grandma, sister, auntie were in the room, would you curse the same way around them?
Not my mom. Not not.
Is it that code switching?
Nah, I don't think so. No, I don't think that's code switching.
I mean, you can call it respect. You
That's just showing
respect.
respect. That's showing respect. I think there's a
I,
difference
let me
between
let me read
code
the
switching.
definition.
Yeah, pull up. Yeah, read the definition.
So it
I
says
don't think
code.
it's the same.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyra. Finish.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying I don't think it's the same. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So code switching is the act of changing our behavior, including speech, dress, and mannerisms, to conform to a different cultural norm that than what we might authentically do in our own homes. We all do it to some extent. Some examples of code switching is um like what he said, you curse a lot, the way you dress, the way you wear your hair, most commonly seen with African Americans
Mm.
I mean,
in the
it is
working.
what it is. I mean, we were forced to code switch when we came over here.
Well, okay. So yeah. So, but that's like at the point of a whip and threat of death. I think the code switching, modern code switching, is a little bit different. It's a little bit lighter than that. That's just like your name is
Lighter how? Light as a rock. What are you talking about?
yeah, way lighter. Like nobody's going. Your job now. Your job is not going to hang you up and be like, "Come here, girl."
Well, you mean the consequences
Yeah, the
of
consequences is
not
way
okay, okay, okay.
lighter.
I
Yeah,
thought you meant
dang.
code switch. Yeah, okay. Yes, the
Yeah,
consequences are not as
right,
yes.
right.
So
Okay.
But black folks be talking like they still like it's 1619 sometimes. They be like, we still slave. No, you are not a slave. Nobody is hanging you up. Now you may feel a way, but nobody. It's way different.
Yeah, but you're doing two different comparisons. If I've never experienced being whipped, this might be my version of slavery to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not being funny. I'm just saying. Because
Yeah,
let's go, well, they were hung and they were lynched and blah, 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 right? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Not taking that because that was I'm not trying to do none of that, right?
Right.
However, that doesn't mean that someone who's experiencing it now does not feel the same weight of that if they have, hey, everywhere I go, I can't get a job because of my locks, or everywhere I go, when I speak in my ebonics or my slang or whatever you want to call it, they tell me I'm not qualified. That weight may look different, but it's still heavy for them.
Yeah.
So, like, minimizing what we are experiencing current times is not
Yeah.
always the best way to move forward. I'm just saying, yes, it's
Yeah.
understanding, but it's not
Yeah,
always.
I hear you, but I just when I study history, just the hell of those times are just way better now.
so we're considering code switching in the sense of assimilation. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, that's
Because
what it
in
sounds
order
like. Yeah,
what? I'm sorry.
that's what it sounds like. Now, y'all
No.
rose y'all rose y'all's hand. I don't. So if it comes to code switching, I don't think I code switch. I'm probably like 95% not code switching. Like most of the time at my job, they get black ass Tyrone. Just
But is your school a black ass school?
no, it's not,
Oh, okay.
and that's the fun part. I revel in it. I love it. I enjoy it. And I've been so for example, my area. So no, I'm down in Charlotte, which is a bubble. Which it's not really like the rest of North Carolina. The rest of North Carolina is a lot of red hats and go get 'em. But
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 that's why
so
your experience is isolated. In
but but
comparison.
but but I'm in the suburb. I'm in like Mint Hill. So there are some red hats in Mint Hill, and they kind of showed it to me because I wore like a Malcolm X shirt one day, and I was in car riders line. I'm like waving cars, come on, waving cars, and then later that day it's like, boo, Coach Knox, please come to the office. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, what's going on? And they're like, well, we got a lot of parent complaints. Somebody went to the superintendent. They went wait till the superintendent complained. You had a Malcolm X shirt on, and
Man, I'd have wore a Marcus Garvey shirt the
I
next
was
day.
like, yeah, if you could just wear solid colored shirts, and from now on, that would be great. And I was like, no, we're not appeasing racists, are we? Oh no, 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 no. And then so eventually they left me alone because I had to explain that the same way that person can bring some heat to you, oh, I can bring heat to you too. Okay, we're not going to appease racists, but yeah. So I didn't stop wearing my shirts. I wear all kinds of shirts, Malcolm X. I do wear some Marcus Garvey. I wear them all. All
Yeah,
right,
I
but
think your situations are exactly the way you describe where you come from, a bubble. It is not the average African American does not experience that. That's me being real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
And
but
this
yeah,
is
so
code.
that's why I enjoy not code switching like that because they get me. I don't lighten my voice. I don't smile lecture to make people comfortable. You know, it just doesn't happen. You get me, you get black ass Tyrone.
But I believe you build up the cachet to be able to do that. That's not the norm
It's not.
because like even when I was a teacher, like that's part of the reason I'm not a teacher anymore because it got to the point where it wasn't even fun anymore. Well, not that wasn't fun. I was teaching so I could coach, and
Mm,
then I didn't want to coach anymore. So
yeah,
then that's why I went to the military. But part of that was like, let me do my thing. Quit trying to micromanage me. Like,
Mm.
am I like if I'm doing something wrong, tell me I'm doing something wrong. But the fact that I'm not doing anything wrong and you're just nitpicking it and I'm sitting here got a grin and bear it and I'm like, what am I doing? I lie to you not. True story. This is the set. You see my locks right now, right?
Yep.
Second set of locks. The first set I cut right before I went to the army. When I first started growing them, my principal said the craziest thing to me. They were like, starter locks. He walks up to me with the most peculiar look on his face, like my hair was on fire. And he asked me, well, does it hurt? And I'm like, what do you mean does it hurt? And I was like, nah. Now, black ass Willis could have been like, what you mean do my hair hurt? Like, what are you telling me? What are you asking me right now? You know what I mean?
hmm
But I'm in the school set and what I'm thinking, I couldn't say it. I couldn't react the way I really had the right to in my mind.
okay,
So it was just and then mind you, this is like year 2 or 3 of me teaching, and I taught 6.5 years. So that was the beginning of the end already that early on in my career.
Yeah.
And
okay,
then different parents you got to deal with a different way. Got to switch it up. Like literally, I could talk to the young black boys at the school like they're my little brothers. Never had no problems. The girls you had with some kid gloves sometimes, but then when you had like a other parent, let's say that didn't look like us, that felt like they were well to do or they were more well off than the other ones, you kind of had to talk to them like on a different level. And I had to remind them quite a few times, hey, I got my master's degree. Don't talk to me like I'm stupid right now.
Yeah.
so when you talk
Well,
to them different, how do you talk to them different?
you
I
kind of
lead with education.
lower.
I lead with my qualifications in education, so they
Mhm.
know they ain't gonna talk to me no kind of way.
You ain't change the tone of your voice, did you? Because some people,
Not
man,
like
So
as I'm the way I talk right now, the way I'm talking to everybody right now, this is just my normal everyday cadence, talk, whatever speech pattern like that. I've caught myself and people have said like, "Top, the 104 boys when we with the fellas, like I sound like I get real ignorant, country, whatever like that." But when I'm kind of like in a relaxed setting, if I'm in a relaxed setting, it's real like, hey man, I can't even do it on purpose right now because it's like in the setting
a
when
natural thing.
yeah,
it's just a natural thing that I am. But like this is how I naturally come off on people. And
Yeah.
then, but when I'm like when I have the brief or I'm talking in an official capacity, I don't change my tone of voice. I just because I know my speech pattern could get slurred if I'm relaxed.
Hmm.
I'll almost over enunciate like Ti would or something sometimes just to make sure like you under like I stopped saying oh like when I'm trying to say zero, I would specifically say zero.
Yes.
That's like a conscious decision I made, or certain words just I would make sure. So that's a switch for me. But if I'm relaxed or I'm talking, I'm cool and chilling, like you heard me talk like that before. You just not it's not clicking with you before right now.
I think everyone does it, whether you are conscious of it or not. Just like when you pick up the phone, you're not like, yo, 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 what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Everyone does it to an extent. It may be for different reasons. And
Mm-hmm.
even though, again, you haven't experienced it, African Americans are 3 times more likely to code switch than any other culture on a
Yeah.
regular basis. I also think that code switching is more apparent at times in women than in men, because you can still be like, I'm being strong, I'm leading with my education most of
Right.
the time. And you were talking about your experience. So for myself, code switching for me even happens being policed in my silence. If you're not bubbly and going and you're just sitting there quiet, it's, oh, she's upset, she's angry, she's, things like that. So you gotta, put your Becky on. And
Not
yes, speak
Becky.
slow. Listen, speak slowly. Yes, put your education first, but that's an assumption that I'm not a part of my education. My education is not a part of me. Why do I have to put it first? Why can't I just come with the education that is now a part of me? Code switching, technically, if we want to break it down, is finding the tone for your audience that makes them comfortable, even if it makes you uncomfortable.
Okay, so is there? So y'all think there's a difference between? 'Cause I think there's a difference between code switching and just being professional in your whatever you're doing. Cause that to me that's it's two different things. Code switching to me, my thinking of it. So I remember being a kid. And this always bothered me too. Being a kid and being somewhere and people go, "You better act right. All these white folks in here," and I'll be like, "Damn, these white folks. What that got to do with anything?" What I'm saying? I always hate. Y'all ever hear that growing up? I don't know if it's just like
Yeah,
it's like like a lot of older people, because the condition of growing up in like our society, all these white folks saying you acting up, and I would be so mad. I'll be so mad,
you embarrassing me in front of all these white folk.
who are they? Who are they?
And you grew up down here, right? You grew up down south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
have. I'm saying no. Maybe just because I didn't grow up down south,
yeah.
so it
But
wasn't.
It might be it may be
but
one of
that's
those
what I'm
things.
saying. It relates and goes into the whole ideology of assimilation. The
Mm,
concept of assimilation is to basically adapt and to fit in. This assimilation came out during the whole conversation of the melting pot. If anybody remembers that dialogue, umpteen thousand years ago.
yeah.
Actually like 20 plus years ago. So when with the concept of assimilation and you conducting yourself or carrying yourself in a certain manner in order to fit in with the majority, then yes, that's so when you speak about professionalism, I think that there is a difference between being respectful
Mm-hmm.
and being professional and
Mm-hmm.
code switching in the context, and I'm going to specifically say in the context of assimilation. Because
Okay.
again, when we are assimilating, we are adapting or modeling ourselves in mirror form of the majority population. So with that being said, um, our tone, our cadence will be completely different. The way that I'm talking to you all right now is how I talk when I'm at work. Okay. And so, and I use my hands and I do this. Um, I try not to do too much of this because this is black.
Yes,
Okay. So, and I'm okay.
absolutely.
So again, And I've learned how to condition and train myself so that way when I'm talking, usually I have my hands like, and y'all probably have seen it on the show. I'll hold my hands like this in order to maintain um, myself. And so, um, even the young lady, Miss Jones, when she talked about the telephone, I know
Mhm.
for a fact because family and friends, I think Erica, excuse me, Pearl has heard me on the phone, and I will, yes, okay, no, 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 that's not, no, that's not what I'm saying to you. So and like true story, that's why she's laughing.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying, and then I'll go right back to this. Yo, what the ham are y'all talking
Yeah.
about? So it's like, yes, so we thank you, Pearl. You said it perfectly, love. We do it a lot. I know for a fact I'm guilty of it, and like you say, sometimes we're not even conscious of the fact of us doing it, and and maybe it depend on the sector
Mm.
of our workplace or the sector of industry that we actually work in and stuff like that, where you have to be able to tailor yourself, because God forbid if you make someone uncomfortable, because if you start making
Mhm.
people uncomfortable, then sometimes it can make you feel uncomfortable, because they're going to try to leverage, if you will, which is why we have all this conversation about the Crown Act and all of these other things that are
Yeah,
coming, right? Because we are quote unquote making people uncomfortable, and God forbid we don't want to do that.
yeah.
So so yeah,
Nah,
man.
I want you to be uncomfortable.
Come on, KB, you so
So
quiet. I want
yeah,
you
I'm
to
gonna say
So,
so.
so what's
KB,
up,
what's
baby?
your
So, what you
turn?
see in your space?
Nah, I'm just taking it
you
all.
taking it all in.
I love it. I love this conversation. Um, code switching is actually a little bit more on a personal level for me because I feel like I'm a walking code switch. I really
Okay.
do. Um, Everybody calls me KB, but my mother named me Carrington. That's
Mm,
my first name. When you see that on a piece of paper, you don't see my face.
Absolutely.
When you see Carrington Lamont Stone, you don't see this black face in front of you.
I see that Lamont though. That Lamont
That
though, kind
Lamont would have took me out. You need to be
No, but
Carrington L.
I promise you, KB, and please correct me if I'm making an assumption. But
Mm,
on your resume, you put Carrington L.
I
Jones.
I do.
Boom.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was like. You got to put that L in there, and I'll be like, "Yep, you're
you
right."
don't give them the Lamonts.
Yeah,
No.
Continue, friend. I'm sorry. Go
my mother
ahead.
called me Lamont Carrington, then it'll be a different
Yeah,
story.
yeah, nah,
Yeah,
I
you
was
better be
messing.
L Carrington.
I, I have gone through an identity crisis for the majority of my life.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I did not exactly know, and I'm still learning who myself is.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I have been in tons of situations that everybody was not like me.
Mm-hmm.
I like to call myself peculiar because I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm just a different type of kid. I'm just a different type of kid. You know, I'm as black as they come, but I was never a thug. You know what I mean? Like I was never the type of dude that would wear his pants below his waist. I was, I don't do the grill and the piercings and the tattoos. That's not me. I'm more of a clean cut gentleman type guy, but I'm as black as they come. With that being said, when I go to church, I feel like I'm code switching there too because
Mm.
I can't always talk to the saints the way I really want to talk to the saints.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
What you be want to say to him?
y'all niggas
He
are
wanna be
stupid.
real. He
What are
wanna be
y'all
real.
Yeah.
what are y'all doing? We all see you. Stop it. Like
Yeah,
everybody sees you.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
all live in the same facility. You were there yesterday. I know what you look like.
The
Tell
approach,
them.
the
Tell
approach,
them.
no, the approach
Yes,
has to be
that's
different.
a
So,
word. Tell them.
so can I
What?
ask you a question before you move on? Because that
Uh-huh.
most certainly was a
Yeah,
word.
I get it.
So, do you associate grills, pants below your waist or your behind just with being black? Because more than the black culture does that, but I'm just asking because those were all the things you used to describe not being. It's not even on the spot because I say that. I asked you that because I'm like, well, then I didn't grow up like that either. I grew up where I
No,
had my neighbors were white and the lady across the street. So I'm just trying to understand: is that what you've been shown is associated with being?
that's not what I've been shown.
Mhm.
But that is what I have been taught to be the stereotype.
Okay. Okay.
I've been taught to be. I was taught to be like, don't be like those guys because the way that they're looking and the way that they're dressing and acting, listen, cussing every third word
Yeah.
and not
Okay.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So now that I'm older, I think it's beautiful because I feel like black people as a whole get to express themselves however they want. Uh,
And
but like I said, I've gone through an identity crisis completely, like up to my 30s, really, because of the fact that I can go. Let me think of an example. Um, I can go on an interview. They see my name.
Hmm.
They don't see my face.
Yes.
Then they do see my face, and then I talk to them, not trying to put on a show, but I want to show that I am a well-educated man and I can speak in complete sentences. And they say things like, "Talking with you was very pleasurable. You were very well.
It's such a delight.
Such a delight." Like, nigga, you surprised?
hey, when people do that to me, when they do that to me, I stop them and I ask questions like, as opposed to what, and I just go like, what makes me so different? Like, what was? Can you explain?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and then I like to see them kind of see where I'm going. They start, oh no, no, oh, I think he got me. Then I just start,
So
give it
again,
to
I
him.
think I've grown up different than y'all. I grew up backwards. Like now, all my blackness is like, right?
On Front
I
Street.
grew up. I went to private school, Catholic school, white teachers, white
Yeah, we ain't
nuns.
got that down here.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to. I'm serious. I listened to the rock and roll music and the pop, all of that first, like the Guns N' Roses before, and then when I got introduced to rap and stuff, I was like, oh, I'm alive. So it was very different. My experience is completely different because
yeah,
I think I was just conditioned into already code switching and not realizing
Uh-huh.
that I was
Yeah,
doing that, right?
yeah
Trying not
Like,
to
can I
speak
ask
with
you?
my hands, all of that stuff that you're talking about. So I mean, I'm sure y'all say have big eyeballs. Don't always give them the full big eyes because that's threatening. But I was told, hey, everyone doesn't have eyes like you, so that like that. So I went backwards, and I refuse to go back. So
yeah.
that's where I'm at. So just being very
It's,
honest.
it's just freeing. It's liberating to because even when I talk to parents, I know sometimes they go, "What the hell?" Because I'm just I don't they don't get they get me. They get
Mhm.
I'm like, hey man, hey, your kid was
yeah,
wild today. Trying to try and get them right. I'm gonna see if you can and I'll be like, I'll just call to see if you care. If you care, let's see if we can help them. If not, hey, I'm writing them up. I just give the options, and I don't call. Hi, ma'am. Your child today was.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
how
you
you
do
doing?
slow down your talk and you reduce the volume of your voice. It is what black men do because black men are
Right.
scary. You don't even realize you're doing it. You did it
Mm-mm.
now just to give the example. You
No,
did it just
that's how I talk in general.
you slow
And
down and your voice went. I
well, so
promise you.
I slow down because I always assume people are slow because you never know. So I talk because my experience as teaching, when the kid is a little weird, normally the parents are a little weird. I'm just saying. So the same way I talk to the kid, I go, okay, and normally I'm right. I'm like, I knew it. I knew this. I just start slow down. That's not coach. That's just professional technique. I just talk slow so they can understand what I'm saying, and because sometimes people they're a little weird. So that's why I do that.
So,
Um,
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. Pearl, let me ask you a question because
Hmm.
you said something that needs to be brought back, which is the fact that um, your heritage is different and your culture is different from us on this panel. So my question to you is, do you think that your parents, because of them um, coming to the US from their homeland, right?
I said,
My boy. Go ahead.
So it with their transition into the US, their thought process was one again where they needed to be sure that um, for lack of another way of putting it, that they were able to fit into the American culture um, in order to provide and support for their family, for you guys, but also in that teach you how to do the same so that you can again as you grow older and become an adult have the opportunities afforded to you without being blocked because of your brown skin and your familial heritage. Does that make
Yeah,
go ahead
that
you
makes
got
sense.
it.
So I think it's a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
So just to come from the angle you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, why even show you this side? Is what I'm hearing you say? Should we just show you the side that's gonna get you to where you need to be? Is that
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying?
Yep.
So was I conditioned that way? I'm gonna say yes, just to make life easy. Meaning they did that to make life easier, but also up north
It's
you
different,
just
right?
you
It's
just
just
already know. This is the neighborhood. You know, the last black dude that went there got his head cut off. We don't even know that exists. So then there's no need for that code switching. You know, it's like an acceptable division. That's what it is. Like it melts together, but it melts like this. Everybody's still doing their thing, right? I
mm-hmm.
think also I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
White is right. That's how that was the, you know what I mean? That was the
nah,
way. Wait, I'm not saying that's what it is now. I'm saying to you, in the culture,
Yeah.
white is right. That's what I'm saying. It's the complexion for protection. So we're gonna act as much as we can act that way. So I don't have to get any phone calls that you was hung, stabbed, shot, whatever. Just act right till you get to the house. But why tell you till you get to the house and just say this is what acting right looks like? Does that make
So
sense?
no,
and
it makes perfect sense because because most people, you come from a different country. I know having visited different countries and like the perception of like black people of other people, like KB, like he talked about blackness and like pants sagging and and some of those the things we see. Like I was in Korea one time and the people were like I rode the subway and I got away from the base and get into the population where they don't really see Americans like that, and they were looking at me like, and somebody I'll never forget it. Somebody came up to me and said, "Where's your chain?" I was like, "What do you mean?" It like he was like black people come with chains. Like they just knew I
Like,
had
has
to
that
have a chain like a rap. Like I didn't dress like a rapper, and I was like, and I just laughed. I was like, no, and I was dressed preppy because I had like I don't know, I had like a heel figure and collared shirt or something, and they were looking at me like you're out of uniform, like what are you doing? And it was a moment I was like, oh okay, I see. That's that gets pushed. All they see is like little at the time. I think it was like Little Wayne or something back then. All they saw was like Cash Money, rappers, Boys in the Hood, movie pushed out. They didn't see just regular black people. It's like most black people. I think that's like I saw a stat where he talked about when you talk about the people in prison, in jail. That's like less than that's like 1% of black people in prison and living that aspect of blackness. Most everybody else is just living regular lives. It's us. Look at all of us. We're
Yeah.
black people, but some people they believe the hype. And so,
Yeah.
and I see that with kids, they think blackness, they tie blackness with these other things. If you look at black people, you look at some of those old videos from like the 40s, 50s. All the black kids had suits on. Everybody had suits on. They were like dressed like to the nines. That's where we come from.
Yeah,
Where we
but
kind of
that wasn't always because of code switching. We just wanted to be taken a certain way.
no, that's what I mean. That's what it was normal. That was the norm. And now some people have the idea, like, that it's trendy to not, that it's different if you don't have your pants sack. It's actually
Well,
normal.
So I got
so
a question. Oh, go ahead, Pearl. Go ahead, baby. Because I got a question for the whole
ask
panel.
your question. I was just gonna say, I just feel like Tyrone and everybody else's experience are like on two different plateaus. Tyrone's like, never did. I ask every question I wear Malcolm X. I walk around with the thing, and that is not the average
So
black person. It
so
is not even close to the average black
I'm
person.
I'm just telling you what I do.
right.
Yeah, and you are a
I
point
know it's
zero
not.
one, a point zero one, and I
She's
think it's
anomaly.
also you. Yeah, it's not, and I still feel that there are times you may do it that you don't realize that you're doing it for different reasons.
Oh no,
A
that's why I said about 90%. Because of course there's gonna be 10% of times where you do things you don't
Yeah,
realize. But I know I don't because I'll tell you,
not
like
on a regular basis. I get it.
it's like in school. I got a shirt that says stolen out. You know how straight out content got different versions.
Uh
I got
huh.
one that says stolen out of Africa. I wear it to school. The only people that ever say anything to me are black people. Ooh, why are you wearing that shirt? Them people gonna look at you different. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like stolen out of Africa. It's not. That's all it says on the shirt. I get the biggest reaction from other black people, like that I come across. They're like, because they get uncomfortable because they feel like I'm making white people uncomfortable, and that's
Or
something.
you're triggering them on their previous
I'm sorry.
experiences.
And that's something that Tyrone just don't worry about. Look, I judge people by good people, bad people, and whatnot, but I don't worry about what like white people as a whole think. If
Again,
a white
point
person doesn't like
zero
black
zero
people,
one. That's you. Point
if a
zero
white
zero one.
if a white person meets me and they don't like black people, they probably still not gonna like black people after they beat me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not
Point
here for
zero
that.
zero one. I've been with a
I'm
company
not.
for years. I got started telling you this behind the scene. And for the majority of my time there, when I speak, I am speaking to other people. People go, "Oh, you're communicating great. We understand everything you're saying." The white people feel they have to repeat every single thing I say, like no one understood what I was saying. They have to go, "Hey, you seem a little zealous, overzealous, things like that." If you know me on an everyday, not here on a podcast, I'm already a hey, how you doing? Bubbly, go, 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 go. Nope. They will say, oh my gosh, you just seem so angry today. Is there something bothering you that makes you angry? What are you talking about? But my colleague can throw things across the room, punch, and they go, he's just stressed. He's having a hard day, or he has a low self-esteem problem. It's this is and that is more average than your nobody says nothing to you, just a black man. I just find it hard to believe. I'm just being real. You are not a little short small black man. You are a dark chocolatey
Yep,
big black guy. There's no way you come in every area as a big black man. You could be a black man in the sun walking in the street and someone's threatened by you. It's just something.
absolutely.
Okay,
And
it's
so
just
so
that.
be it. So
That's
be
crazy.
it. Be scared then. But I carry now. Other than
Tyrone,
that,
this for you
though.
right here. This for you right here. Hold on, Tyrone. Look what that
Oh yes, yeah. Well, I mean, but look though. But look. I'm gonna tell you though. I don't worry about them being scared. I'm myself, but I carry myself. I'm professional though. Like I'm at work, I'm professional. I carry myself in a way, where if you feel threatened, that's your inner Klansman, and I don't give a damn about that. I don't worry about. I just don't worry about what white people think. I don't really worry about it. If you're a good person, if you're a good person, you're a fair person, you're gonna rock with me, and I'm gonna rock with you. If you one of those people that got a little inner Klansman in them, I want it to burn. I want you uncomfortable. I want you to feel terrible. I want it to burn. And that's just me.
So
But
what happens if
everybody
your
can't do
child
that. I get
experiences that? What if it happens when your child experiences that? Do you feel
experience
that
of what?
he or she has the strength to let it burn for the next person because you're
Oh,
one
I prayed
person.
a monster. Oh yeah, she gonna be straight.
So I have
Yeah.
a question.
Go ahead.
No,
He was
okay.
raised by me.
So I'm gonna ask this general question, and KB, jump on in after, okay, baby? Because I
Okay.
saw you.
Yeah, he
So
will.
no, I got him because I saw it. So my question, with the exception of Mr. Chocolate, is: have you, or can you honestly say that you have gained or profited, not necessarily financially, but have you gained or profited from code switching in your lifetime? And
You
I will
asking
say yes.
everybody?
Yeah, I'm asking everybody. This is to the panel, except for Tyrone, because he don't even
Yeah,
care.
because yeah, he's good.
Why y'all
Because
say-
you don't realize
He
how
cares
to the
about
left.
you.
It's
He
almost like
cares.
you like I just painted on my face today to come on
I'm,
the podcast. Sometimes,
but,
sometimes
but,
I'm like I just painted my face today. Nope, black
but
face.
look, so I'm just being honest. I'm
Wakanda
telling y'all,
forever. That's
I'm
what.
saying that's how I move. It's something
No,
I
that's cool.
experienced.
But what I'm
Yeah,
saying is, you have made it abundantly clear.
Mhm.
You don't change who you are in any fragment sense at
Yeah,
all.
you don't have
So
like the average black experience, and most times when we have these conversations, you usually say, "Nope, I don't have those experiences. Nope,
right.
don't have." So
So
you don't have the average black
I
experience.
have. What do you
it's
mean I have
cool.
that?
It's
What do you
cool.
mean? What? No, I'm. What do you mean I have the
Yeah,
average
when
black
we get
experience?
on here, you're like, what? The white people do? Nope, no. Hey, we got a lot
No,
of struggles as black people. Well, nope, white people got struggles too. You
no,
have
I
I,
your
do
own.
not. Wait a damn minute. Wait a minute. Wait a damn. Hold on.
it's
Pause.
cool.
Pause.
I just
I
because
have never said that. I have. Wait
What?
a minute.
you just said it,
Wait,
my
this is,
friend. But
Hold
you
on.
anyway,
Hold
did.
on.
that's why I'm putting it out here to the
Wait
other
a minute.
panelists.
Hold
Have
on. Y'all
you
trying?
all?
Hold on. Y'all
Tyrone's like,
saying?
wait, I feel attacked.
Right.
No, I'm not attacking. I'm just, sweetie. I took you out the equation because you said
Oh
you do
shoot.
not compromise. You did not alter who you are in order to fit
Right.
in and to get where you're going. What I'm hearing from the rest of us, myself included, is yes, in order to elevate, in order to break down some doors or put our foot in a door, yes, we've had to do,
Yeah,
do some things or act
yeah,
out of ourselves per
yes.
se. And so what I want to hear is from the folks on to the to
Tyrone's
this
like,
side of me. Uh-huh. I
Okay. All right.
Hey guys,
Okay.
I'm
All
listening.
right.
Krisha, I agree. By the way, before we go answer,
Let me just. I'm gonna just say this in advocation to Mr. Chocolate.
okay.
Um,
See,
everybody
we
wants to be.
always end up saying the chocolate part. Look,
Look
see.
at
Every,
his face. Look at his face. Okay, go ahead, KB. I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, that's just to piggyback on what you were saying. Everybody wants to be black.
Absolutely. The
Every
whole world makes profit off of our blackness.
every single body wants what we have, but do not want to go near in any way, shape, or form the struggle that we had to go to get to it.
They want our rhythm, but not our blues.
That's right. That's the saying. They want our rhythm, not our blues.
Like how in the world? See,
It's true.
that's this is where I somewhat agree with TJ because sometimes when I am being myself and they don't get it, I'm like, you suck. Yeah, you're not down with OPP, and that's okay.
Not OPP.
Say what now?
And then there are other
Other
times.
people, hold on 1 second, KB.
Mhm.
Other people's problems, baby.
Yes,
Okay.
other people's problems, not other people's property.
Go ahead, Pastor. I got you, baby. I got you. Go
Some
He
of
ahead.
us
said
are a
what he said.
little older, and we.
And then I want to kind of piggyback on what the two brothers said about stop acting like that in front of these white people. Stop acting like that in front of these white people. I was taught very early in my life. Simply put, white people don't like us. I was taught that. As white people do not like us. They see us as property. They're already looking for a reason to throw you in jail or kill you. My dad would always tell me, you got two strikes against you already. You're black and you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
You got one more thing to do before they can look at you and create any other experience for you, just for you to be thrown away in jail. That in itself prepared me to understand that I already know that white people look at me differently because of, not only just because of the color of my skin, but the way I walk, the way I talk, the things that I eat, the music that I listen to, the place of worship that I worship at, all of that stuff.
So you were taught that before your first experience with white people? Like, meaning, oh, see, maybe that's what I wasn't taught that until I had an experience.
Yeah.
No, they told me
Mm.
before I knew the difference of black and white.
Um,
Before I knew
Oh,
black and white, my mother and father sat me down and they told me some of their experiences, because I was about to go out and I think I was in middle school at the time, and I could get along with everybody. I'm just me, just being KB.
Yeah.
And they realized that I was getting older, and they were realizing that a lot of quiet racism was happening to me, and it was going completely over my head. Like reasons why I wasn't being called on, or wasn't being selected, or wasn't this, or wasn't.
oh boy.
They
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
I didn't see it because I just thought that I just missed the chance.
Right.
Then they told me, son, it sucks, but there's white people out here that simply do not like you because you are a black man.
mhm.
It's up to you to be yourself 100% of the time. But then that screwed me up because I did not know how to be myself without intimidating these people that don't like me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Once you start worrying about that, oh my
Which
God.
is when the self-identity
I
is
tell you, boy.
That's where the self
you received it.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, once you start worrying about that, it's so freeing. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so.
So your question originally, Royal, was have we profited
Or gained in any
or
shape,
gained?
form, or
Sorry.
fashion.
So the answer is yes for me. But recently I just don't care anymore. But part of it that why it was easier was like, I got family to huh?
It's because you're getting older. You like,
Yes, exactly. Before it was like wait, we passed our 15 minutes. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't. I mean, like when I tell you I don't give a fuck, like I've literally told a white person that I am from the concrete jungle watching for pigeons and rats. I see you, right? I already know that's a threat. I'm telling you, I'm about to stomp you out. But I
Oh my
felt,
goodness.
I felt, I said, you ain't messing with no Southern Belle. Don't get the voice and the kiki and the ha ha twisted. Tim's, rats, and pigeons. That's me. And when I sat back, I felt so good. Hallelujah.
Did it not feel great?
It
Right?
felt freeing.
This
Okay.
is what I'm saying.
But what
now
happened
you saying
was,
some crazy shit though. I ain't saying the stuff you saying.
I'm going to say all of it. I'm going to
Let's
say
be
all
clear.
of it.
You saying I don't know what you talking about.
I'm
I
going
don't
to
do
say
that.
all of it.
I don't do that. I just don't be
Press
having that.
repeat.
TJ,
No,
let
but
me ask
seriously.
you a question, and this is a serious question. I really want to know.
Yes.
TJ, when you were a baby,
Well, they call me Tyrone and Mr. Chocolate here, but
I'm sorry.
Senor
Yeah,
Chocolate.
I'm like, who is TJ? Yeah.
Oh, we
I
know who
didn't know
TJ
either.
is.
I'm
You
looking
know who
around now.
TJ
Go ahead.
is. Go on, KB.
you're supposed to my
Go ahead.
childhood name.
Go ahead.
Whenever you were a child, what were your first words? Because you're talking like your first words was "Assalamu alaikum." Like, just
Oh no. So look, so
Damn, KB, tell them how you
so
feel.
one thing too. Okay, so let me explain to you guys. So I grew up in a little redneck town that's
Yes,
super
you did.
redneck.
Yes,
Okay, so when I was a kid, the Klan marched on Sundays. Like when I was like a little kid, and the Confederate flag. I thought I lived in the Confederacy because all you see is Confederate flags. Now, Ro, you from that
Yes, I am from
North
that
Memphis
area.
area
Yep.
in '80s, '90s.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
So and plus the school was straight up segregated
Was.
where the black kids could live behind the school, could hit the school with a rock. We had to travel 40 minutes away because they
go
didn't
to
want the black kids
school?
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't want the
Oh.
black kids going to the school. So I lived in throwback town. So that's my experience. In high school, we had little skinhead groups, And it's so funny now because when we talk to people like on Facebook and stuff, they don't remember this kind of shit, but it happened. They had these skinhead groups, and it was like it was a lot of racial tension. So I kind of grew up in a throwback kind of town, so I saw a lot of racial foolishness. If you lived in that era, and I was like always the only black kid in class. There's one or two black kids. You
And you
go
for
through
real
these
black. You're not even light
and you
skinned.
talk and they would talk about slavery, and everybody turn around and look at me and be like,
Right.
"Ooh, what was it like?" Like, bitch, I don't know. It was like, and so and I remember my fifth grade teacher, Miss Harris. Okay, this is before the Santis, and this is the prequel. She taught us. We went over slavery in fifth grade in North Carolina. You do slavery in fifth grade, like this big lesson. She
Mhm.
taught us. I quote: "It wasn't that bad. They didn't treat them that bad. It's really overhyped what they're telling you." And she would tell us, and she told us, and everybody would look at me, and they would go, they learned stuff. They took good care of them. It wasn't the, and it was legit. That's what they taught
Like
us.
what that guy in Florida was saying about slavery. Was it that?
Yeah, that is not an isolated idea. I learned it in fifth grade. She taught us that slavery was not that bad, and don't overreact.
Mr.
And
Chocolate.
everybody would stare at me, and I would be so mad. And that was part of. And then at some
So you're
point,
saying that's what fueled the mindset that you have right now.
yeah, so I realized that some people, but now, and I never really had animosity towards white people in general because they're everywhere. I had some that are my
So are we.
friends. Yeah, well, it's a bunch of them. They're all over the place. I had some that were my friends and that I served in the military with, and I was cool with. So I'm on good people, bad people. If you're a good person, if you're a genuine person, I rock with you. I'm not as much black and white, but if you are one of those redneck people, I want you to be uncomfortable. You're my enemy. I believe they're enemies and they're allies. If you're my enemy, I was in the military. I was trained to fight and destroy the enemy, right? So I don't care what you feel like. I don't worry about those people. I've never been a person to be like, oh, what do they want to think? I don't care what they think. Let them, because I'm legit. I'm a legit person. All my people legit. So we gonna stand on that. So I don't worry about consequences because I stand on what's right. So they're gonna be wrong. Just like the people who are like, oh, he wore a Michael X shirt. Nothing happened because I wasn't wrong. You know, I don't worry about it. So I'm myself. I stand on it. And I know everybody has different, ideals and thoughts about it, but that's what I stand on, and it's worked well for me. I do real estate and stuff. Oh, Creature asked about the phone calls. It's just professional. I'm professional on the phone. I'm just professional, but I don't change the tone of my voice. I use my name Tyrone, and sometimes it has bit me because there are some people who are racist. I had one guy who wouldn't do business with me because, he told another guy who picked up a house, "Oh, well, I don't want to do business with them," and that was cool. I just move on. I don't let it hold me back.
Yeah, I
So,
think your experience fuels your need to create tension and uncomfortability, like Krisha said.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the average person does not have that. The average African American or a black person has code switch for almost survival at one point, for profit, for growth in their career. It's just what it is. It is what it is. And your
mhm.
experience,
Yeah,
bravo,
it
Mr.
makes sense.
Chocolate, but it is very alien to the average person.
Oh,
Um,
no, I completely understand that. As I move, I see people, and they get uncomfortable, and I just keep it pushing. I'm like, and some people see it, and they like, all right, I'm gonna come along too, and that's cool too. But most people do get uncomfortable when they
and
see you.
and I'm gonna tell you this too. While code switching is also necessary, and it goes with KB's story. When I first moved to North Carolina, and I'm not gonna tell you the company I work for, it was my job to go through resumes. And if we had names that were too ethnic or hard to pronounce, those resumes got put in a pile and a callback was not provided. And I had that job for almost 8 months. So imagine how many people did not get a job just because their name. And it is a big contracting company that did it. It is the reality of
Is that
what
legal?
happened.
I'm
Man,
just
I'm gonna
asking.
go find them now. I moved here over 10 years. You're gonna find them now.
No,
I'm telling you,
I'm just asking.
this is
Is that
not.
legal?
Of course, it's not legal, but is it
Oh,
not
I'm
done?
switching to
It's done all
EEOC.
the time because I've seen it other places. Just this was actual thing they sat me down to do. It is done consistently, and I'm gonna tell you why. So my last name is very French. You can find people who are black with it. You can find people who are white with it. And I'm gonna be honest, most of the people I find with it are from Paris, white. Okay, when I got married, which I'm now divorced,
I'm
my
sorry.
last name was Jones. And the reaction to my name was completely different. Once I removed that Jones and went back to my regular last name, the response to jobs and things like that were completely different. Legal or not, it is something that happens.
Yeah.
No, I was asking that question because like if something is, that's why I say if it's illegal, like if something's illegal, like if it's my job to like sort through like the applications and it was illegal and they asked me something illegal, I'm snitching, I'm telling because that's what you need to do.
Well,
That's
then you'll be
fantastic.
unemployed.
I'm a single parent. I'm putting food in my
Yeah, then
kids'
you will
mouth.
be
Moving
unemployed, and
on.
that's your prerogative.
I know,
Moving on.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Moving on. I don't have the
Give me
military. Ain't
space.
nobody
Maybe
teach
you
me to
got
kill
something
the
to say.
enemy.
no, 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 no. I'm not directing that just to you. Like your situation, like if you needed the job, but I'm just saying, if a person could, because sometimes if you talk about like advancing us as a group, people always have to make like those hard sacrifices. Like it's a small percent of the people that help the bigger group a lot of times. Like who can like you look at like Martin Luther King and them, but small percent of people, most black people were like,
He
"Oh, y'all
dead though.
troublemakers,
He had
don't
to
walk across
die.
that bridge." Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a
I'm gonna be
small
real with you. I've spoken
right.
up in plenty of situations, right? Have I
Yeah,
made a change? I'm sure, but guess who's struggling to find the next paycheck to make sure that her bills are paid? The person who had a dream and it got shut down. Yay,
right.
we are so grateful for Martin Luther King, but guess what? His life ended, was aborted basically too early. And I'm not saying it's not necessary, but let's be real.
Yeah. I
Sometimes you
mean,
gotta be like,
that's
I
my
gotta
point.
be selfish. Like Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was killing people. Like you ain't gonna get, you're not
Yeah.
gonna get me killed. It's sometimes the choice is not saving the many. It's saving the one. That's what
Exactly.
it
So
is.
yeah, I mean that's my point. I'm saying like shout out to the people who do that because it's a small percent. Like the people who like make change is small because it's tough.
Very.
It's a scary thing to do. Like some people can't do it. You got to survive. And that small percent says I don't care what happens. I'm trying to help my people. It's just I'm just saying shout out to those people because it's a small percent. Would I be that person? I don't know. I ain't been in that position. I ain't no Martin Luther King. I'm not
That's why I said
claiming.
you
I'm
are
not.
so fortunate.
Oh,
I'm
Malcolm.
not, I'm
So,
not claiming that, but I do shout out to those people because that small percent, the people that got bust upside the head and shit. That's because most black people were like, y'all troublemakers, y'all cut it out. They gonna, and so I encourage if you can be that person, then man, go ahead and be that person. But if you can't, I mean, everybody gotta, you know.
Willis and KB, what's y'all thoughts? Cause y'all are our guests. We won't hear from y'all.
Yeah. My bad.
No,
I have,
no.
well, this may juxtapose some of what Tyrone said, but the way I grew up, so elementary school, it was a mixed school, but it was hella black people in it.
Hmm.
Middle school, mixed school, but hella black people. Up until eighth grade, when I moved back to DC, nothing but black people.
Hmm.
High school, nothing but I went to Dudley. If y'all know, if you live in North Carolina, you know about James Benson Dudley Senior High School. Nothing but black people. You know about the history of Dudley, the Greensboro Four, um, Joey Cheek, Brandon Haywood. Like we're historic. Then of course I went to two HBCUs. So hold on, there we go.
You
My
good?
Good.
experience was a little bit different in the sense that it was everybody. It was us against everybody, especially when I was in high school. Because we had the reputation like, oh, you go to that black high school, you go to Dudley, and all ain't this, that. So we all was like, it's us against all y'all. You know what I mean? And to this day, some most people will admit it, but no, most people won't admit it. But every black person in Guilford County in Greensboro, they wanted to go to Dudley low key if they didn't go to Dudley. They wanted to go to Dudley. But then once I got to Elizabeth City, it was kind of like, well, I'm used to this already. So that's why, even though I've gotten into this debate with my mother, she said every black kid that goes to college needs to go to undergrad at a HBCU. I still don't totally agree with that, but I see with me going to a HBCU and not being, and basically I've never been a minority in an academic setting. I've
Gotcha.
never been a minority. So now that I'm 41, I kind of like, I still see it all. Now, so some of the overt racism I've never experienced, but now in hindsight, though, I'm never worried about overt racism. If I could see it, I can avoid it, or I can see it, I can attack it head on. It's that under the cover stuff that's like, you really don't know, you can't prove. If you speak up too loud, now you the problem.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, as far as going to the overarching point with code switching and stuff, sometimes it's just the tone and inflection of what you say. Tyrone he can attest to this, or military folk. You were SOL if you didn't code switch from the moment you got off that van or bus for basic. The
Yeah,
ones that
you
wouldn't
gotta be a
switch,
whole,
you got
yeah,
to be a
you
whole
gotta be a
nother
whole different thing.
person.
Yeah.
Like if you're not used to the military life, you got to switch all that up. But then it goes true once you get out, because like everybody's not on military time like you are. Everybody's not going to be able to get up at 05.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to get more done before the sun comes up than most people do before, however that saying goes. Y'all know what I'm saying.
I do.
Yeah.
We do.
So you got to switch your mentality. And that, like, I've gotten so frustrated with people. I'm like, just do, what are you doing? Why are we, like, one of my, as I told y'all about, the catchphrase that I've come up with. One of them says, do you want sympathy or a solution? Because I can give you sympathy and let you rant and rave, but you still tomorrow gonna be in the same exact spot you was at today. Now, if you want a solution, you're gonna have to shut up and listen. Now, also, if you want a solution, I might not be the person that can get you that solution, but I can help you figure it out. You know what I mean? So that whole right there, sympathy or solution, if I'm saying that to a friend, that conversation is going to come off a little bit different than somebody that I just met. So do you want sympathy or solution? I'm gonna read you real quick, and I can tell all you want to do is complain and talk. I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say. But if I could tell that you really need some help, okay, let's get in there. Let's talk. Let's figure it out. But the overarching point, like, yeah, you literally have, like, you have, I feel like it's one of them, the code switching thing is one of them things that a good chunk of the time you couldn't even pinpoint when you did it. Like, you ever talk to a kid and you get the, oh, you so, like, you talk to a kid like in the little kiddie voice, or you talk to an older person, you kind of like, yes sir, no sir, whatever, like that. Or so, not even an older person, somebody that you perceive is older than you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, in that regard, a code switching thing that I have, it's just me personally. I don't know when I started it, why I do it, but I don't like cursing heavily in front of women, period. It's just weird to me for some reason. Now, you've heard me curse, of course, but I'm not MFing this, that, and the other
That's like
in
an
front
old
of,
school Southern thing too. Like,
you know what I mean?
it's-
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the other thing. I don't feel like I have those traditional Southern hospitality, like, mannerisms either, though. That makes, like,
That's
it's stuff that's been ingrained in me.
yeah,
I
but
don't feel like it's
that's a choice you make, right?
yeah.
Or do you feel you do that for survival or for
I really
progression?
I
That's what he said. He
you know
can't
what
tell you. It's uncomfortable to
I
think
can't I
about.
don't know. Just thinking about it right now, I think it's a choice because I don't know any other way. So I can't say is it for survival because that's the only way I've done stuff.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know, because to be able to adequately answer if it's for survival, I would have to see what the other side looks like also,
Yeah.
and I
So
haven't.
the reason why I'm saying that is usually code switching is like, hey, I don't want the confrontation of something, or I know this will stop me. I think that it's ingrained in you not to curse in front of women. A woman is not going to take your promotion, or if you curse in front, well, unless it's a professional environment. But you get what I'm saying. So I think you're saying your code, some of that code switching is maybe just relevant to you being a man versus you being a black man. Does that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then also part of me too. I never. I don't want people to like my pet peeve. If you really want to get on my nerves, is to or really want to see me pissed, is for you to think I'm stupid or to
Mm,
treat me as if I'm stupid. So that's also a part. I don't want people to think I'm ignorant or stupid by any measure. You know what I mean? If you're my friend, we're friends. We got that rapport anyway. But um, even when I first met you guys and KB here, I'm hoping in my mannerisms and the way I come off and talk that I at least come off as intelligent, come off as like I know what I'm talking about, or I can at least give some kind of insight on something. I don't want to be like, and this is anybody. I don't want to ever be that guy. Like, man, that dude's stupid right there. What is he talking about? Even though they might not even, and that might not even say anything. Somebody thinking you're stupid could just be they never talk to you or ask you a question again. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's your yeah, definitely a preference and something that yeah, so different. But
Yeah.
what about you, KB? What about the code switching thing for you?
Oh no, I am completely aware that I do it, and it is most for me, most definitely a survival tactic for me because, like I told you before, in the beginning of this conversation, I was still trying to figure out who the heck I was,
Mm-hmm.
and um,
That's important.
yeah, similar story to what Tyrone had said. My wife had made me a hoodie. Shout out to my wife, Creative Culture. She does stuff. She
Creative culture.
I
Look
like
at
yeah,
that
that.
plug. Like that plug.
That was
Continue.
good. That was good.
she made me a shirt that had the Last Supper on the shirt, but instead of it being disciples, there were black figureheads like Malcolm X, uh, King
Oh,
Rose.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
cool.
Uh, I literally had gotten called into a meeting because I wore that at work. I wore that at work one day and was told how uncomfortable I made people because of what I was wearing. And then I asked, is it a religious problem or is it a race problem?
Yeah,
Great question.
very. Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't answer either.
Yeah.
They refused to answer neither one of them. So I know for a fact, and this is something that I am trying to break away from, and this is why I thank God for my wife because my in the presence of my wife is the only person I know that I've ever been myself completely 100%.
And that's why she's your wife.
Hey,
That's
that's major
exactly
right
why
there.
she's your wife. Why
Yeah,
Shout
don't
out
we
to
get
the
a whole nother
wives.
show on that? Just that statement. Just
yeah,
that statement.
that's because I am all of these this all of these different things
Yes.
at the same time, and I can be that with her, but I
Mm,
cannot be that outside of my door.
Mm,
yes.
I'm black. I love the Lord. I'm a nerd. I'm corny sometimes. I watch Japanese anime. I'm a big
Oh,
wrestler.
Japanese anime is good. Don't say that. That's good.
Yeah. I,
It's-
look,
I watch wrestling all the time. I love football. Uh, but at the same time, I don't like manual labor. I don't like getting my hands dirty like that. Don't give me a shovel. I'm gonna throw it at you. I'm not gonna do it.
Hey, hey, listen, I'm with you. That's why I say all the time. I make money so I can pay somebody else to do that.
Right, exactly. So whenever I go to work, I literally greet different people at work differently. If I see my dude Scott, he's a black dude. What's going on, man? What's going on with you, bro?
Yep.
And another one that's Jody. Hey, sir, how you doing? Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see ya.
Good to see ya. If a black
It's like that Key and Peele
Key and
Yes,
Peele
skit
skit.
with it.
Yes.
absolutely.
yeah, if a black waitress comes to me, hey girl, how you doing? I love your hair. I love your nails. Susan comes to serve me. Hi, thank you so much. Can I get another glass of water? Thanks.
Yes.
Yep.
Can you put the lemon on the side? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes.
Even at church, even at church, the way that I'm talking to y'all like this, I don't talk like that. Hallelujah. Let's all.
Oh, you give him the Reverend switch.
Yeah, I
Oh
got
yeah, yeah.
I got
The
down on
Reverend switch is cool. Now I do like the
So,
Reverend switch.
so do you think that you will reduce that need to? Okay, so first, kudos and absolutely, I 100% agree that being 100% authentically yourself in front of your wife is a good indication you picked the right person.
Yeah.
Because I do know from just friends myself, so there are people who have partners and they still are not 100% themselves. So
Yep.
that's one.
Yep. Talk
But
about it
do
all the
you?
time.
It's true. I don't know why. That's your
It's called
choice.
unevenly yoked. But go on with your
Yeah,
story.
that's
You know what?
That's a
Hold on.
whole
another
other. Go
story.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We'll bring you back for that one too. We'll come back
Okay,
for that
we'll come back for that. That was, whew, Father, in the
Sorry. Go
name.
ahead.
In the name, want to spend forever with someone who don't know who you are, but that's not the point. But do you think as you begin down this journey, because it's a journey of knowing who Carrington Lamont, whatever your last name is, I apologize,
It's all good.
is, that you
Oh,
will
man.
reduce that need to switch up, or will you always fight to be the authentic you in the world? Ooh, that's not even the point of this conversation, but I just need to know.
A little bit of both. I have been. I'm sharing a little bit about myself. I've been medically diagnosed with depression, severe anxiety, and ADHD.
Mm.
So there's a lot that goes on in my head.
Yeah, and I would have all of that if I felt like I couldn't be authentically me.
And
Just
yeah,
so you know.
all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
As a kid, I couldn't piece it all together. And then growing up as an adult, I had to figure out who I was. That's why I've had so many different relationships with so many different people, because so many other people like certain versions of me.
Yes.
I,
Mm.
my whole
Mhm.
self. So I can be this way with this girl because she likes me this way, but I can be someone else with this girl because she likes me this way.
And yet I've had the complete
That's
opposite
stressful.
issue, the complete opposite issue than you. I have
Yeah.
not dated as much as maybe my friends have, because I'm like, oh, this person don't like me. Can't this person, and I just stay away. Like if I can't be myself and I have to be depressed, I just rather be with nobody.
Right.
Literally, I
It's
just can't.
almost schizophrenic in a
Yeah,
way.
because you don't know who you are.
Yeah,
Schizophrenic is
that's
multiple personalities. You're still
that's
trying to
stressful.
find yourself in the multiple personalities.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
Boy, we're
stressful.
gonna have to bring you back. You know, started a whole
why this is why I'm telling you that I talk about my wife all the time, because she was really the first person to ever look me in the eye and say I love you for everything that you are.
oh,
And
somebody. Shout
what
out to KB's wife.
all of the
Preacher.
all of the layers that I had packed on my heart slowly but surely have become coming off. Layer by layer, until she was able to get to my heart, get to the root of who I was. And found the root of who I was, she realized how badly depressed I was.
But
And
how wonderful you are. That's why she's your wife.
yeah,
Boy, you know what?
so I'm gonna tie up what I'm saying with, yes, it's going to be That's my girl. There she is.
Well, we know that now.
Yeah.
I go through it all the time. I go through it all the time. I struggle with it all the time because it's not only just a code switching issue for me. It's a mental issue for me. It's an emotional issue for me.
Absolutely.
It's a spiritual issue for me because I'll just go to what I know. I'll just go to the Bible. Um, there's a passage of scripture when the Apostle Paul was praying to God, and Apostle Paul was dealing with this thing. Now, the Bible doesn't exactly say what the thing is. It's just something. He's dealing with something, and he can't get rid of it. So he calls on God 3 times. He says, God, please remove this thing from me.
Mm-hmm.
And he never does it. The point of the passage is that thorn in your flesh is a reminder of how much you really need God.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
which is why I never ever complain when I go through, because when I go through those mental things that I go through, it's something that I know I will always have to fight with, but at the same time, it's a reminder of how strong I really am.
Absolutely. And when you get to that point where you finally meet yourself and you finally see all the things that Krisha sees in you, and not only do you see it, you feel it, and you don't have to shy away from it, then at that time, will you realize there was no reason for you to code switch about a damn thing in your life, because you was already where you was at. You was already perfectly flawed, and that's what it was.
Now I will say, white people
now I will say
they do. I will say that white people get on my nerves a lot. They do.
That's a good way to wrap that up.
Yeah, they do.
He had to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've gone way over.
Yeah, we were way over, but it's all good. Man, people are doing podcasts for 5 or 6 hours out here, as we found out, falling asleep on being a guest on their shows. But
shots fired.
But they're great shows. We love y'all, but they're great shows.
No, they are.
Y'all be on for a long time, though. I don't know how we gonna.
But say your spiel before you put us in a deeper hole. Say your spiel.
Nah, but so y'all got let me clarify my final thought here. Final thought here. All right. So, as far as code switching goes, my final stance on it is the same. I do respect everybody who does what they need to do, and code switches, I believe, is necessary. It's been necessary, and so I don't look down on anybody that does it. But I will encourage people, when you can finally get that freedom to just be free with it. Oh, it feels great. It feels so great, And so get that confidence in you. Because I'm just a really confident person. I feel like the person I am is going to be that version. You're going to like it. So I just give it to you. I don't really change too much. I just feel like the version I've become it's pretty good. Okay. But that's been a lot of therapy. It's been a lot of a good wife too, Carrington. A good wife helps. It's been a lot of things happen because I ain't always been there. But I like where I'm at, so I just feel like I ain't got to change too much. I'm gonna give you what I got because it's a good version now. I done worked this thing and got it right. So I encourage everybody
the day that you can share that for other people who are not there yet and don't think it happens magically overnight.
Nah, it doesn't happen overnight. Of course not.
Definitely.
Boy, I've had some crazy years. I had to sit down and talk to somebody like, whoa, what's wrong with me? So yeah, but I will share too. I've dealt with anxiety myself too. So like Carrington, and so I got to a point where I just let go and was like, man, I'm just be me and let it fall where it falls, and it worked out. But that's the end of my biography for my final thoughts.
He said his biography.
So everybody good tonight? Great conversation.
Yes.
All right, great
Thank you,
conversation.
Jess.
Although y'all moved me to the side for a minute, but that's okay. That's okay.
But
I
it
enjoyed.
was your idea. Can we say
It
that?
was my idea, and I enjoyed listening to everything that was said. It's okay to move to the side sometimes. Remember that, people. All right. So remember, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you are dead wrong. You need to fix that. Make yourself right. Subscribe to the Experience YouTube channel. Helps us out. And when you're watching, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's just you just tap it. Tap it. Boom. You helped us out. No manual labor, no sweat, none of that.
Yeah,
All right.
I can do that. Yeah.
So, all right. So make sure subscribe, share, tell somebody about us, and you've been part of the experience. Where the experience is always good, and we will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace. Oh, Sunday, y'all going on Sunday?
No.
Yeah, we're going. I thought we were.
I'm
No.
on Sunday. 24th.
Oh,
Oh,
Invite me back. I'll come back.
Oh no,
wait.
we gonna come get you, KB. Trust me.
Yeah,
We gonna
you'll
get
be
you.
back. If you want to be back, you will be back because we got a couple of things to talk about. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.
Oh.